Hi, Akila. Okay, so I can see in our last class we had completed cost management, analogous, parametric, and 3-point estimation, right? Akila, hi, Akila. Are you able to hear me? Akila, Akila, hi, Akila. Akila, Hello. On my side, it's hello. Hello. Hello, Kajal. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Varun, can you
Poonam.
hear?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
But I cannot hear Akila.
Wait, let me check again.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can hear you. Hello?
Yes.
Oh, now I can hear you.
Yeah. You were on mute, I guess.
Uh, I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you talk.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So
No
in
problem.
our last class, we were doing estimate cost, right? And in the estimate cost, we have discussed till 3-point estimation. And today we have to start with after 3-point estimation, we have to start with bottom up. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we are on cost estimation. Okay.
Okay, now so now I can hear you, but it's
Yeah.
like not clear.
Yeah. It's not clear.
Now I can hear you better.
Okay. Actually,
Yeah.
see if there is any problem, you let me know. We can shift the
Okay.
class in on Google, like
Okay.
Meet. That's the case. You can shift on Google Meet, no problem. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So chapter is cost management. Chapter 6. Okay, it is chapter 7.
Yeah, because we were
It's
on.
chapter 7, cost management, right? We are doing cost management
Yeah, because I
and
think we were done. Yeah, 7.2.
yeah, 7.2 we are done. So 7.1 was plan cost, where you got plan cost management, where you got output as cost plan. Then you have 7.2, that's after cost plan, you have 7.2 that is known as estimate cost,
Mm-hmm.
which we are doing, and 7.3 will be determine budget. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
if you remember in the last class, we took an example. Let's take an example of website development or, okay. website development. So in the website development, you have, let's say you are working on home page, you are working on login page, and you are working on payment page.
Mhm.
And then in the home page, let's say you have two things, UI, user interface and backend. And login page, again you have UI and backend. And payment page, again you have UI and backend, user interface and backend. Okay, so user interface is like you are seeing the whiteboard, right? This
Mhm.
is the user interface of the whiteboard. Where here I have zoom button, here I have set background, here I have clear frame. But these all are functional due to backend programming, right? Due to backend coding. If backend is not there, this will be just a static page which is not functional.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Mhm.
that's what we call, that is why we call that in every website development, we do user interface and backend, right?
Mhm.
Okay, and for every user interface, let's say first you will design, you will finalize how, where everything will be, where you will put the buttons, which place and all, and then you will develop it. First you will decide in the design, you will make a sample. If your customer says, you will develop it. Design and develop. Just for the sake of simplicity, means here due to space crunch, I am deleting this so that I
Okay.
can get enough space and I can clearly do calculation. So yeah. So for UI again here it will be design, develop, backend, design, develop. Okay. So this is the website development. Okay. Design and develop. For everything you are going to design and develop. So this is a work breakdown structure which we have already prepared in scope management, right? And
Mhm.
this is the name of project. These are the phases. These are control account, CA, 4 control account. Under every control account, you have work package.
Mhm.
So these are work package. The last layer of the work breakdown structure is known as
Work
work
package.
package. Okay. So all these are known as work packages. And this still here we did in scope management. We had made in scope management work breakdown structure, if you remember. And
Mhm.
we added activities. We used to add the activities in the, you can say, in the project, in the work package. So if you add the activity, the first thing is that, let's say in the design, you will
Mhm.
finalize the design. You will explore some designs on Google and you will finalize it. And you will make a prototype, a sample. Development, you will hire the team to develop it, and finally the team will develop it. So for everywhere I am putting the same activity: explore, finalize, prototype, and here hire, develop, I'm putting here explore and finalize and prototype and develop is higher develop. Here explore, finalize, higher develop. Okay. So these are the activities. Now, if someone asks you that you have to calculate the scope of all, cost of, you have to give me a budget for this,
Mhm.
that how much this website development will cost, right? So we discussed that day that to do this, first you have to estimate the cost. In order to say what will be the budget of the website development, you have to budget means what? If I asked you what will be the budget of website development, you will total cost of all these, right, activities. And then you can say what will be the website development cost, right?
Mhm.
So for each activity, you have to calculate the cost. So in order to calculate the cost, we did analogous estimation. Where I told you that you can just Google things, or previously if you have done based on that, you can say that based on your previous experience, you can say that this will take $50, let's say. Okay. Or $5 exploring. $5. Okay. So like this, based on your previous experience, when you estimate cost, that is analogous estimation, right? Based on your previous experience. Second is parametric estimation, which I told you that this is statistical calculation. If last time let's say you have done a website where you just have to do home page, okay, so you can, based on that, you can estimate. So this is statistical calculation. Like if one room you have designed, one room of 800 meter square, if suppose you have designed, you have done interior designing in $1,600. So you can say that two room of 800 meter square, I can do it in $3,200. So this type of calculation, when you do to estimate the cost, it is known as parametric estimation. Third thing we discussed was 3-point estimation, right? Where I told you a method where you can come up to a range of cost, right? You can say that making a prototype can take $5 to $10. Sometimes when we are not sure, right? See, 3-point estimation, analogous estimation you can do when you have previous experience. And this project is exactly similar to that. You can do analogous. Parametric, when you can do, when you can manage the cost estimation by statistical calculation. But sometimes what happens that you cannot calculate through statistical calculation. You can do it with the help of, let's say, when you are doing something for the very first time, the product is very new to you, you cannot exactly say what can be the cost. In that case, you can say range. It can come to $10 to $20 cost. So I told you how to calculate the range. We discussed in the previous class. So till here we are done in our previous class. Okay. Are you able to recall, Akila?
Yeah. We actually, and I think we did that on the 14th too.
Yeah.
The
Now
3-point
fourth
bottom up.
technique which is used for estimation of cost is data analysis. First is alternate and bottom up is left. Bottom up. Let's do bottom up, then we will go to all these. Okay. The next technique which we are going to do is bottom up. as the name, from the name only you can see that bottom up estimation is a type of estimation where you add up all the costs. Okay.
Mhm.
When you add up all the costs from bottom to top, it is bottom up estimation. So let's say, let's do bottom up estimation here.
Okay.
So let's say you have done this kind of project previously. So you use analogous estimation to estimate the cost of every activity. So according to you, based on your previous experience, earlier when you did this in $5. You
Mhm.
finalize, in order to finalize, you need some people and you have to pay them salary. So let's say $50. And prototype, when they prepare, you have to pay $100. Hiring, let's say HR salary, you have to pay, let's say $200. For developing website, $400.
Mhm.
To explore, you use $5, finalize $50, prototype $100, hiring $200, let's say development 400. Explore, let's say again you use, let's say here you use $10, prototype here you use $100, hiring, let's say here you use $300, development you use here $400, explore here you use 5 and 50, and prototype here you prepare prototype of $200 and hire of $100 and develop of $200. So I have done estimation. Now I will total all the, what I will do, I will total all the activities. These green colors are activity. So I have estimated the activity. What I have done, I have estimated the activity. All the estimated activity, we have done this method in schedule management. Same way we had calculated their schedule. Same replica method here we are using for cost. So you will estimate activity. You estimated activity. All the estimated activity you will total to give their relevant work package. Cost of work package. So see, these are activities, right? And these are work
Mhm.
package. So I will total the activities to give the cost of their work package. So yes, so let's write the total of work package here. So total of work package is 100 plus 50, 150 plus 5, 155.
Mhm.
200 plus 400, 600. 150 plus 5, 155.
Okay.
600.
100 plus 155.
110. 700.
700.
255. 300. So now you got the estimate of work package, correct?
Mhm. Yeah,
Now when you add,
2875.
sorry,
2875.
yes. So when you add the work packages, you get the control account, right?
Budget. The control account. Okay.
This is control account, control account, control account, right? Above
Mhm.
the work package, you have control account. Okay, so
Okay.
when you add the work package, you will give the estimate of work package. So here I am writing, when you add the estimate of work package, you give the control account.
Okay. So
Okay. So next, after control account, Okay, so control account 600 plus 155 will give you 755. 755. 810. 300 plus 255. 555. So you got the estimate of control account, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now when you total all the control accounts, you get the project cost, total project cost. It is not a budget, it is cost. So you will get, when you total all the control account, you will get total project cost.
Total all work
Okay.
account.
So total project cost is 755 plus 755 plus 810 plus 555. So
Okay, you said total all. So if you total
yeah,
all the work account, you get the cost.
yeah,
Okay.
we are getting cost. We are not getting budget right now. Okay. So there is a
Okay.
difference between cost and budget.
Okay.
755 plus
That's
755. This will make it 1510.
Okay.
This is 810 plus 555. 1365. So 1510 plus 1365. This is 2875. So total project cost is 2875. Okay, this is project cost in
Okay.
many dollars. Now what happens is, so after the project cost, here you have to, this is your money which is your total, but you
Mhm.
have to keep your some extra money, some buffer money. So that extra money is known as contingency, or you can say reserve analysis.
Oh, that's what that is. Reserve analysis. Okay. Yeah, you said something about that last week.
Yes,
Mhm.
reserve analysis. Reserve analysis. So reserve analysis is basically two types. Contingency reserve and management reserve. You remember we had done this in the schedule management also.
Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, I know it looked
Contingency
familiar.
yeah. So
Sorry.
management reserve and contingency reserve. Contingency reserve is for known unknown. Known
Okay.
unknown. This is for unknown unknown. So contingency reserve is for known unknown and management reserve is for unknown unknown. Okay. So contingency reserve, let's understand what is contingency reserve first. Contingency reserve is, see, here you have taken, let's say, prototype $100. What if you show to your customer and customer does not approve uh, the prototype, suggest some changes? You again go and do changes. So it will require extra money, right? Because extra days you are working, that means you will, let's say that you will pay salary to people, right? Those who will be working on prototypes. So you have to keep some extra money on every step. So you know that this can happen, but you don't know how much, how many times it can happen. That is why it is known as known unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Known unknown is when you know the factor, but you don't know how much it is going to affect you. And management reserve is you don't know anything will happen and you don't know how much it will affect. Both are unknown. Like epidemic, flood, inflation. You don't know how much currency value is going to change. Any legal changes, legal or social policy. Let's say if you are doing a business in some other country, there are some legal or social changes are there. You can't predict, right? So we have to plan both kind of things, contingency and management. So let's first plan contingency. So contingency reserve, we say that we will take contingency reserve as 10%. 10% of the activity cost. Mostly in most of the companies, they take 10%. We can also calculate this on the basis of risk management, how much extra. Contingency reserve means extra money, but how much extra? So we are saying that one way of doing it is calculate 10% of the activity cost. Let's say if you are spending $100, so 10% of your 100 will be 100. Sorry, 10. So your extra money which you have to take is $10. Or you can also calculate how much extra on the basis of risk. Okay. So on the basis of risk, you can calculate. Okay. So how you can calculate on the basis of risk? This we will do in risk management. Okay. So that's known as risk management. We will do in risk management. Right now here we will take 10% of contingency.
Okay.
Okay. Next is, so let's take 10% of contingency. So 10% of contingency if you take, okay, so 10% of 100 will be 10. So 10. 10% of 50 will be 5.
5.
10% of 5 will be 0.5. 10% of 400 will be
40.
40. 200 will be 20. This will be 0.5. This will be 5. And for 100 it will be 10. For 200 it will be 20. 400 it will be 40. For 10% of 10. 1. 10% of 100. 10. 10% of 30. 300. 30. 440. 5.5. 50. 5. 220. 100 will be 10 and 200 will be 20. So like this, I have added contingency on every activity. Now I am I am adding contingency. So here what I have done on estimated activity, I have added contingency for activity. Okay. Now what I will do is I will do contingency for work package. So I will add all contingency. So 10 plus 5, 15 plus 0.5, 15.5. 40 plus 20, this is 60 contingency. 10 plus 5, 15 plus 15.5 plus 60. So 10 plus 1, 11. 70, 25.5 plus 30. Now you can do when you have contingency on work package, you will add all these to get the work package, right? So if you get here 15.5 plus 60, that is 75.5 plus 75.5. So this makes this total work package. So when you add contingency for work package you have got here, and when you add both of this when you add, you get a new value for control account, right? So now control account is this control account, instead of 1510 it will become okay. So here I have added 75.5 plus 75.5, this is 151. So 1510 plus 151 becomes, this work package becomes 1661. And this
So
becomes,
you just added 175 plus 175 to 1510, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I added 75.5, 75.5 to this.
Okay.
For this. Now I will add here how much is the contingency? 11 plus 70, 81.
Okay.
Here
Two.
25.5 plus 30, 55.5. So I will add 81 and 55 on this, right? So I will add
136.5.
81 plus 55.5. So 136.5, 1365 plus 136.5. This gives me 1501.5. So 1661 plus 1501 plus 1501.5 is 3162.5. This is your total cost baseline. So what you did, when you got the control account, you added all work package to get the new control account. This control account earlier didn't included a contingency, but now the new value of control account has contingency, correct? And this contingency included in control account is known as cost baseline. So what is your cost baseline? We have got here, we have got cost baseline as 1362.5. 1362.5. And your project cost was, earlier your project cost was this. Cost was 2875. So on 2875, when you added contingency, you got this, and what contingency reserve. Okay, and when you added contingency, you got this. This is your cost baseline. On top of it, my management will say that I will keep $1,000 as management reserve. What? Management reserve. So this will become 31625. They have added 1,000. So this will become 4 162.5 will be your total project budget. So if I plot this in this kind of graph, I can say that my lowest level is activity. This is activity. On top of activity, we add contingency reserve for the activity.
Mm-hmm.
This is your work package.
Okay.
And when you add this is your work package. Okay. So on top of work package, we add contingency. Of this total contingency, when we add these two, gives you just a second, Akila.
Okay.
There is someone on the door. Just 1 second.
Okay.
Yes, I'm back. So if you add contingency, this you get total as cost baseline, right? This
Mm-hmm.
cost baseline is your what? Control account with contingency, right? Control account with contingency reserve gives you cost baseline. On top of cost baseline, this is my cost. If this is your cost baseline, which you have got, on top of it, management adds management reserves. Management reserve. And this is cost baseline. So on top of cost baseline, we had management reserve. This gives you total project budget. So this is, here I have covered two methods. First one is bottom up to estimate the cost. Bottom up to estimate the cost. And how to use bottom up to determine budget. Okay, that is reserve analysis also. So with bottom up, when you combine reserve analysis, you get the total
Project budget.
project budget. So after this, yeah. So bottom up, we have done 3-point estimation, alternate analysis. Alternate analysis is finding an alternate for the solution. So a next method which is used for cost estimation is alternate analysis. Alternate analysis, where Alternate analysis means finding a alternate solution to the problem. So let's say that you have planned it, right? And somehow your team has missed if they have spent extra. You have planned that, let's say you have planned here, right? That you will for exploring the design, you will use $5 and extra $0.5. Okay. So what you will do is that, let's say your team has used $6. That means they are going out of cost. So here you ask them why you have used $6 when the budget was 5.5, right? So let's say that they tell you that design we were not getting, these were the challenges, like that. They will tell you their challenges. So you can suggest them an alternate solution. You can find an alternate with your team. So finding an alternate with your team is known as alternate analysis. So at every point of project management, you have to do alternate analysis. Reserve analysis, just now I told you, contingency and management reserve we discussed. Then cost of quality. See, whenever you are saying here that I will hire in $200 and extra $20, okay, always consider cost of quality. Now, what is cost of quality? See, there are two types of cost of quality. Okay, cost of quality. Two types of cost of quality: conformance and non-conformance. Okay, so conformance is, let's say, you get a project, this website development. Okay, the project which we were doing. Let's take this same project. Let's say that you are doing the user interface. You have planned this much cost. Now your customer come and says that, see, if there is zero bug on the user interface of the home page, or zero bug on the website, if it is flawless, I am going to pay you 2x extra. Means your customer was giving you how much? Your customer was giving you this much dollar, right? Total project budget. He is saying that I will give you incentive of, let's say, $1,000. As an incentive, if you get, or $10,000, let's make it more. $10,000 if you give me the website without any defect. So in that case, what you will do in order to achieve this profit, you are going to invest money. You are going to invest money on three things. First is that you are going to invest money on, let's say you will hire extra skilled people, more talented people. You will do more testing. You will spend money on test. You will set up a quality check team. You will spend money on buying good equipments. All these you will spend money for preventing the defect. So conformance is when you want to prevent defect. Sometimes what happens, just to impress your like senior management, or just to go fast and show people that I am very efficient and I can do this project in half of the cost. We compromise on this, due to which we have to ultimately put non-conformance. Non-conformance means internal defect, money which is used to remove the internal defect. Let's say that your development team did not spend enough money to test their product. So when it goes to quality check, they will return them back. Now they have to again use the money and remove the defect. And if this quality team also is unable to detect, customer will come with lot of defects. And customer, this will lead to bad reputation in the market. So always consider this. Don't try to do this because this will, yeah. So when you are saying that you are going to hire here, let's say you are saying that you are going to develop in $660, this means
Mhm.
this development will be done with quality under $660. Count the money for test team also here. Count the money for equipment also. Don't buy cheap equipment and make this 400. Because if you buy like that, cost of non-conformance will come. Okay, which is very, very high. So we have to keep quality also in mind when we are doing budget. Quality and budget are interrelated. Then performance management information system. Always we can do this all thing with a kind of software and all. So you can use for cost management and voting. Anytime when you are stuck, you can do voting. Voting techniques we have studied in scope management. You can use any of the voting technique. So here what you have got as an output in the estimate cost is, in the estimate cost you got cost estimate as an output. You got estimate for your whole project. And after cost estimate, you also got this. After cost estimate, you also got this one. Basis of cost estimate. On what basis you have estimated the cost? Determine budget. Okay, so you got all this as an output, and if any document you want to update, any plan you want to update, any change request you want to put, you can put it. Now we are moving to 7.3 to determine budget. Okay, how to calculate the budget? So one method 7.3. So now we will move to determine budget. So determine budget is 7.3. So while you start preparing the budget, you can take help of expert judgment. This is the tool, first tool. After expert judgment, you can also do cost aggregation. Cost aggregation. Cost aggregation means total the cost, which is which is also known as bottom up. Just now I showed you bottom up and we came up to a project budget, right?
Mhm.
So that is cost aggregation technique. So after cost aggregation technique, we have reserve analysis, which we just now did it. So don't cost aggregation, which we did just bottom up. And after that, we have reserve analysis technique. So next technique is reserve analysis, which we just used to along with bottom up. This plus this we use to determine the budget, right? column. Okay, so in order to determine budget, reserve analysis we did. Now the next technique after reserve analysis is historical information review. So the one very easy technique is that if someone asks you historical information review, this is a 2-minute job. If someone, let's say you are doing a project, if you have to determine the budget, go and check the OPA. OPA means what? If someone is asking the project, this budget for this website development, so go and check the OPA. What is OPA? If you remember in chapter 2, we had done OPA, organizational process asset. Organizational process asset. So in the organizational process asset, you basically what you do, you have lesson learned. Lesson learned is nothing but a folder which your company has done previously they have done this kind of project. You can go open their budget, you will get an idea what is the budget, and you can directly come up with a budget, right? If you see the historical review. And if you use historical review when your project is very much similar to the previously done project, okay, otherwise it will not come accurate. Next is funding limit reconciliation. Next technique is funding limit reconciliation. So let's understand this. See, when you are doing the budget, okay, this is one technique which is used. Your budget here, what we got? 4162, right? We got this as a project budget. Okay, you decided. Now, let's say that this project was of 4 years or 4 months. Let's say 4 months. First, second, third, fourth. So your total budget is 4162.5, right? We came up with this. Okay. Now let's say your sponsor promised you that he will give you 1000K here, 1000K here, 1000K in the next month, and for 162.5 in dollars in the dollars in the 4th month. Okay, so he will give for 162, but he will give like this cost. So this was pre-decided. Okay, funding for the budget. So based on this budget, you told them that you are going to do 100 tasks here. Okay, let's make it to 10 tasks. Based on this, you decided that you will do 10 tasks here, 10 tasks here, 10 tasks here, and let's say you will be doing 12 tasks here. This you have planned according to the budget. Now what happens? Your sponsor comes and says that, see, there is some financial challenges which I am facing. So I will give you 4162K, but I will give you like this. On the first month, this is dollars. So I will give you $500 here. I will give you $500 here. And I will give you $2,000 here. And I will give you $1162.5 here. He is giving the same money, just he has changed his funding plan. Okay. So now you have to reconcile your work according to quarterly, according in these 4 months, according to the given budget. So there was 10 tasks. So what you can do here is, so what you will do, this is a problem, right? You will find an alternate solution. You can use, this is known as alternate analysis. You will see what you can do in this case. So what all alternate we can do? See, can you think of any alternate? How will you manage this kind of situation?
Mm, no. No, I don't. Help me out, please.
Anything like, let's say, see, this funding limit reconciliation happens in real life also. Let's say your friend promised, let me make it more simple. Let's say your friend promised that she will give you $1,000 on birthday, and you planned to buy a bag, a purse, or a backpack, and shoes. One pair of shoes. Okay, so now she is saying that your birthday, let's say, was on June 15th, and now she is saying that, see, I will give you this money, but by June 15th, I will give you $500, and by 30th June, I will give you rest of the $500. Means on your birthday, I will give you $500. And 30th June, $500 due to some, maybe her salary has come late. Okay, so she will not be able to pay. She will pay you $1,000, but she will pay you like this. So what alternate you will do? Either what you will do, you will buy bag here and shoes here. This is one solution, right? Or next solution is you will buy shoe here, you will buy bag here. Or you can buy both bag and shoe here, and you can purchase it on loan, right? You can pay for bag and you can say that for shoe, I will pay you on 30th June. Is it, are you getting my point? This kind of solution. So this, what you are doing? You are doing alternate analysis. Now you have all these three solutions in your mind, right? So whatever best suits you, you will choose. Okay. So amongst the alternate, you select, let's say you select this. So similarly here, what you can do? Same thing. Either you can, based on 500, you can shift your task. Okay, I'm getting here 500. So 1000, I was doing 10 tasks. So in 500, I will do 5 tasks here. I will do 5 tasks here. And here I will manage. This is solution number 1. And here I will manage 20 tasks. And rest 12 tasks I will do here. This is one way. Right? Correct? Based on funding. Based on your funding, you are reconciling your task, right? You are finding a new solution. Okay, next. What can be one more solution? Now can you suggest?
TM. Oh, I didn't even see that. Okay, so 5. Okay. Or you can do
Okay. Can we hire any vendor? See, I will hire a vendor. Okay. Let's say Jack. And he has 100 people in his team. He will say that, okay, I will do the task. Okay. So you give me 5 tasks in the first month. I will do it. When he will submit, you can tell him that I will pay you in the second month or third month, right? After Jack gives you first month First month your team does 5 tasks, 5 tasks you give to Jack team. Okay, they will give you, so you will test it, and then you can pay the vendor here. He can wait for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can find this kind of vendor you will get in the market. So this can be one solution. Or you can say that no, I am going to go like this, or I will do 5 tasks here, I will do 10 tasks here, 10 tasks here, and I will save money from here, and I will do 5th month, I will use $1,000 from here, and I will do 10 tasks here. I will extend my schedule. So this is known as funding limit reconciliation.
What is it called? Funding.
Funding
It-
limit reconciliation.
Funding.
Funding
limit.
limit reconciliation. Yeah, I'll show you
Okay.
the slide also. Yeah. Funding limit reconciliation.
Okay.
Okay. You are reconciling, replanning your work according to the how the project budget is given to you, pattern in which it is given to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we did expert budget, reserve, historical info.
Okay.
Historical
Any
info.
doubt, Akira? Any questions?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Funding. Okay.
Okay.
Now we're doing financing, right?
Yeah. Now we will do financing. So financing is nothing but deciding that how you are going to get your money. Either
Mhm.
sometimes we decide that we will borrow this from some of the partners, or you will directly give cash to your project manager, or how you are going to fund it. That is financing. Financing is not a method. Like it is just a
Okay.
approach how you are going to give your budget to your team. And finally, here you got cost baseline as
Mhm.
a output. You got funding requirements as a output. So you got here output as cost baseline. So output here is cost baseline. So yes, when you did bottom up and reserve analysis together, you had got cost baseline right here. So you got also a cost baseline. You also got project funding requirements. How much funding is required? So how much funding is required? We got it as 4162.5. So total fundings required also you get. Okay, so these are the outputs which you get after determining the budget. Okay. So project funding requirement, any project documents you want to update, you can update. Input will be all the documents which you have received till now. So that's why we are not discussing input. Everything you can read and collect the information. Okay, so we are done with project determine budget. Now we will do control cost. This is a very important technique, very important, you can say, technique. Control cost. Control cost. से बना दो पूरी। Control cost. So control cost is whenever you control anything, whether you are controlling scope, cost, schedule, resources, anything, you have to into. Okay. So control cost, whenever you are controlling anything, how you are going to control? First, you are going to track it. When you will track it, you will get some data.
Okay.
You are going to analyze the data and see that you will do the analysis and you will see whether you are doing good or bad. If your team is doing good, no need to control, no need to take any action. If they are doing bad, then you have to take action. You have to control it. And when you control it, means you take action. And you take action and you bring the budget back to the track, back on track. So this is how we do control cost. So in the control cost, first you are going to control the cost. So you are going to track the cost. Okay. How you can track the cost? See, you have given your team how much budget? Budget is 4162.5. This is your plan, right? And breakup also you have given them. Let's see, for this activity use this. For this activity use this. For this activity use this. Like that you will give them a breakup, right? So you have given them every cost of everything and they have to now follow it. And when they will be doing the project, when they are working on the project, you will be tracking that whether they are getting deviated from the project, from the budget or not. So if they are getting deviated from the budget, that means if they are getting deviated from the budget, this means that you have to bring them back on track. So let's see what are tools and techniques here. So first tools and technique is you can take help of the expert. You can do expert judgment, you can take help of an expert. So first technique is, okay, let me bring this diagram here on the whiteboard. Yes. So to control cost, these are the steps which we are going to do. Okay. So first method which you can see is expert judgment, right? Let's say your team, you had given them here what you have given. Here you have given that when you make a prototype for the user interface of home page, they should use $100. And extra money you have kept 110. Let's say your team has utilized for this activity $150. How much? $150. Okay. So $150 when they have assigned, your team has utilized. That means they are doing good or bad.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
You can hear me?
I can't.
You can't?
No, it's like not clear. Like you're far away.
Okay. Should I repeat it?
Yeah, if you can, please.
Yeah. So see, we are doing control cost. So first technique is expert judgment, right? So how you will do expert judgment? See, many a times you need expert advice. If you see here in the project, what you have given the team budget, you have given them that this prototype, if you want to make homepage user interface prototype, you have to spend $100, right? So if you can spend $100 and $10 extra, you have kept. That means your cost for this is $110 you have given, right? The cost estimate you have given for prototype is 110. Let's say your team has used for a prototype $150. Okay, $150. So in that case, are they doing good or bad?
Good.
No, you have given
Oh,
an
because
estimate of
110.
$110,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And
Yeah.
they have spent 150. That means they have done bad, right? So you need to control them and bring back on track. So how you are going to control? First, you are going to know reason behind it. Reason why. Okay? You want to know the reason. Let's say that you haven't worked till now in the software industry and you are first time doing this project of website development. You are not an expert of this industry. So would you be able to define the reason? No, you would require help. In such case, you can take help of a consultant. Okay, which can give you reason. Okay, which can help you to understand the situation. So first method, that's why I told you to control cost is expert judgment. Next is earned value analysis. Earned value analysis. So focus on this. This earned value analysis is a very important technique. So next we are going to use earned value analysis. Value analysis to study the cost. To control cost. So see, let's say that, okay, I'm taking the same project example so that you can relate to it. Let's say that for home page, this whole home page, you require 2 months. Okay, or let's say 30 days. For payment page, you require 30 days. So total how many days? 60 days. Means 1 month, 2 months project. Okay. So in 2 months project, you have decided. So in 2 months, you have decided to develop the whole website. Okay. 2 months, you have decided to develop the whole website. What was the budget? 416, $2.5. Okay. Now let's say that your team is doing this, then you are monitoring and controlling. You are checking whether they are doing as per your plan or not. Okay. Let's say that at the end of 1 month, so at the end, let's say you are at the end of 1 month and you see that your team has done 60% of work. Okay. 2 months you had to do 100% full website. At the end of 1 month, when you see, they have done 60% of work. And they have used $3,000. Clear? So now you have to, these are the work which they have earned. And now you have to analyze this earned work to check whether they have done correct or not. Are they doing good or bad?
Mhm.
Okay. That is why this method is known as earned value analysis. So now see, 2 months, at the
Nice.
end of 1 month, 60% of work and they have used $3,000. So
Mhm.
now budget at completion, BAC. BAC is known as budget at completion. At completion. So budget at completion is known as yes. So budget at completion is known as BAC. What is budget at completion? Total budget is 4162.5. Okay.
Mhm.
Planned value. Planned value is how much work which you have planned. What is the planned work? So we are tracking at the end of 1 month, right? So at the end of 1 month, how much work you have planned? See, the project
Mhm.
is of 2 months, right?
Mhm.
The project is of how many months?
2.
1 and 2. So 2 months. So you will complete 100% of work in 2 months. That
Correct.
means in the first month you have planned for 50% of the work.
Mhm.
Okay. So if you have planned for 50% of the work, of the work you have planned. That means at the end we are calculating, you are monitoring at the end of 50%. At the end of 50%. Right. So when you are calculating at the end of 50%, so in that case, planned value at the end of 1 month, at the end of 1 month, your planned value is 50%, means your planning was to do 50%. Now, if you want to calculate this percent completed in terms of money, 50% of what? Budget.
Mhm.
If I say that 50% of work which you have done, what is the worth of that 50% of the work? So 50% of the budget. So that means, this means 50 divided by 100 into 4162. I am removing this 0.5 just for simple calculation. So
Mhm.
you can keep also, no problem. Okay,
2.
5, keeping 10. Okay, so this and this.
If we can just do half, right? And that just be
You
2081.
can actually do half, right?
Mhm.
So you can
Two
do,
2081.
yeah, 81,
Mhm.
125,
Yeah. Oh, I
right?
didn't add the 0.5.
Yeah. Or if you remove 0.5, no problem. 2081 we can do. Okay, so
Mhm.
this is your planned value.
Yeah.
Now, after planned value, earned value. How much they have earned? They have earned 60% of the work. Your plan was 50, but they have done 60. So 60% of 4162 again. So 0.6 into 4162.
Okay, so hold on. 2081.
So 0.6 multiplied
0.62.
by 4162.
Um,
So 2497.2.
2081.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is your earned values. So I'm omitting 0.2. So let's keep $2497. So this is your earned value. Let's say that in order to do this 60% of work, your team has actually spent what we said, they have used $3,000. So your actual money spent is, actual cost which they have used is $3,000. So now you have to say that how much are they doing good. From this you can calculate, are they doing good on schedule? Are they doing good on cost? You can say two things. How to calculate now? First, let's do schedule. So in schedule, the first thing which you are going to do is that you can calculate schedule variance, SV. SV stands for schedule variance. Schedule variance is EV minus PV. Formula is earned value minus planned value. So earned value is 2497 minus planned value is 2081.
Okay, 2497
So
minus
this will come to
2497 minus 2081. 2,289.
2497 subtract 2081. 2497
Oh,
minus
no, that's definitely not right. No,
81. So it is
2497
coming to
minus
416.
2081. Okay, yeah, 416. That's definitely not.
Okay. So whenever I'm writing it here, whenever schedule variance is positive, here it is positive, right? Positive, we are doing good on schedule. Whenever schedule variance is 0, that means we are on track. Whenever schedule variance is negative, we are running behind the schedule. So here we are doing good. Schedule, you can also check, there is another formula, another index called SPI. SPI is Schedule Performance Index. Earned value by planned value. So earned value is 2497. Planned value is 2081. So let's calculate this.
Okay, 2497
2497 divided by 2081.
1.2.
Yeah, 1.2. Okay. So whenever SPI is greater than 1, Schedule Performance Index. Schedule Performance Index. So whenever your SPI is greater than 1, you are doing good on schedule. You are running ahead of schedule. Good means ahead. You are running ahead of schedule. You are doing faster than what is required. And whenever SPI is 0, is equal to 1, that means you are on track. Whenever SPI is less than 1, means you are running behind the schedule. So this is how we calculate the schedule. So here your team is doing good on schedule. They are doing fast. Now let's check how they are doing on cost. So for cost, same thing, cost variance. Okay. So cost variance here is you can calculate earned value minus actual cost. So if you see cost variance, you can calculate earned value minus actual cost. So cost variance is earned value minus actual cost. So earned value is how much? Your earned value is 2497. 2497 minus actual cost was 3000. Your team has spent actually 3000. So let's calculate. It will come in negative, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are using more money than
It's a negative
2497 minus 3
503.
minus negative 503. Now let's calculate CPI like we calculate SPI, cost performance index. So you have to divide these two now. So 2497 divided by 3000 means you have done earned value divided by actual cost. So this will come to
2497
2497 divided by 3.
0.8.
0.83.
Mm-hmm.
0.83. So this is your cost, is CPI. So whenever cost variance is positive, same thing of CPI, schedule variance. When your cost variance is positive, means you are using less money than the budget. Less money than given budget. Means you are saving more. When cost variance is equal to 0, you are on budget. Whatever is the budget, you are following that. When cost variance is negative, that means you are using more money than the given budget, which is bad. Here also same CPI. Whenever CPI is greater than 1, you are using less money. Means you are saving more money for your team. CPI is equal to 1 means 0 on budget. Then your CPI is when your CPI is less than 1 means you are using more money than required, which is bad. So from here, earned value analysis says that your team is doing good on schedule. They are running in a great speed, but in order to run in a great speed, they are using more money, which is really bad. Right? So you have to take the action. So what I told, if you see my first explanation, I told you when you control the cost, you track, you get data, you analyze the data. If the data is bad, you have to take action. So your data says that schedule is good. You don't need to take action on schedule, but you need to take action on cost. Because cost is bad. Now, what actions we will take? So what action you can take now when they are using extra money?
We don't.
Right? To understand why they are using extra money. Okay. And why they are moving in such speed. Why they are doing so fast and spending a lot of money. Instead, they should bring schedule on track and bring cost as well on track, right? So you want to understand, so you will, what action you will take? I am talking here about action. Okay. So the first action what you will take is you will conduct a meeting. You will try to understand the cause. Okay. Let's say that your team can give you two reasons, positive and negative. Sometimes your team can say that, see, we will improve. Okay. It's just a matter of one activity. This is a miss from our side for 1 month. From next month, we will cover up. Okay. Because this month, there was some government policy came up, and due to which, or let's say that vendor delayed some raw materials, due to which we had to buy from somewhere else, and that is why we had spent extra money. So next month it will not happen. We can cope up. So you don't have to take action. Okay, and you will see rest of the further 10 days, next 10 days, whether they are living up to their promise or not. If not, then again you have to take action. Now, second thing is that they will say that no, things are beyond our control. We have already spent this much money. In next month. See, I have spent already $3,000 here. Okay, in the first. So if you see, they have already spent for home page. They have already spent $3,000. So now how much they have left? 4162, right? The total budget was 4162, and they have already used 4162. They have already used 3,000 in the first one. So they are only left with this much for the next 1 month. So they will say, no, we can't do, we will not be able to cope up, and we will not be able to complete the project in this money. So you have to extend the budget. Means you have to increase the budget. So to extend the budget, what you can do? Can you directly sanction? No. You have to file the change request. You remember we had done change management plan. You have to file the change request. You will enter this update in change log. You will enter in the change log that you want to increase the budget. Okay, then you will go to CCB. You will present the reason, and you will ask them to increase the budget. So when you ask them to increase the budget, they will ask you, okay, how much more money you want? Give me the new budget according to you, right? So that new budget is now known as estimate at completion. Earlier, what it was known as? Budget at completion, BAC. BAC was 4162, budget at completion. But since your team has already used 3,000, you are left with $1,162, and your team is saying that I cannot do this whole project now in 1162. You have to increase 4162. So how much increase you want? What should be your new budget? That is, new budget is known as BAC. Got it? Concept is clear? Clear?
Yeah. You were asking me what would be the new budget,
Yes.
right?
So now you have to come up with a new budget. Okay. So control cost tomorrow we will try to understand how to calculate the new budget. Okay. So okay, we have time, 15 minutes left. Okay, we can do today. So now you have, I thought they don't have time. Okay, so now you have to calculate the new budget. So to calculate the new budget, you can use a technique called forecasting. Like we have weather forecast, you have to forecast your budget. You have to depending on current situation, you have to do forecasting. So there are 3 phases. There are 4 cases or approach to do forecasting. So my problem is that my budget at completion BSc was 4162. My team and the project was of 2 months. My team has already used in 1 month. My team has used $3,000. So for rest of the month, for next month, I have only 1162, which is my team has said that they won't be able to complete. So I want to extend and I want to find my EAC, estimate at complete. Estimate at completion.
Yes.
Okay. So let's understand this forecasting first with a graph. So this side I am plotting time, on this side cost. This side time, this side is the cost. So let's say I am keeping cost as 500, 1000, 1500, 2000, 2500, 3500, 1000. Okay, more we need to do. This one working. Break the bar. Because we have to extend the line also. I'll keep space. So 500, 1000, 1500, 2000, 2500, and 3000, 3500, 4000, and 4500, 5000. Like this. So this is my cost and this is my time. So I will say 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, 40 days, 50 days, and 60 days, right? Your project is of 2 months, right? So we are tracking the project here at the end of first month. So at the end of first month, so our budget at completion is 4162. Means my total budget for the project is 4162. Let's say somewhat here. So at the end of second month, by the end of second month, my project will complete at BAC, budget at completion, which is $4162. Now I am tracking my project here, and if I see 4162, but it is half of the time, that means half of the money I should use. So it is 50% of the work. So how much was planned? 2081. So my planned value at third month, first month is 2081. So 2081, somewhat here. So this is my planned value, 50% of this. Okay, at 30. So this is my planned value. PV is 2081. So my project is of 2 months. Budget is 4162. So at the end of 1 month, they should use 2081. This is my plan. Actually, how much they have used? Actual money, 3000, right? If
Mhm.
you see the question, we have discussed that actual money spent is 3,000, somewhat here. So this is the graph of actual cost. So by the end of 1 month, actual cost is here. Okay. Now, what is earned value? How much they have earned? 40% or 60% of the work. So 60% of the work value was 2497. So earned value is 2497. So 2497, 2497. Next to here. So if you see at the end of 3 months, your earned value is this. This yellow color line is your earned value. Easy. Okay. Till
Mhm.
here, any doubt?
Mm, a little bit. A little bit. Um.
See, your project is of how many months? 2 months, right?
Mhm.
Project is of 2 months and money you are going to spend is 4162. This
Okay,
was your
got that.
budget,
Mhm.
total project budget, which you have calculated here. It's 4162.5. So 0.5, I told you I'm removing it so that we can, or we can do 4163 like that. So I have taken
Mhm.
4162. Okay, 4162 is your total project budget, right? So
Mhm.
for 2 months, you are going to use this. So for 1 month, if you are tracking at 1 month, at the end of 30 days, 2 months means 60 days. So 2 months, you are allowed to use this much money. So in 1 month, how much you will be allowed? 50%, 2081.
Okay.
That means
Mhm.
your planning for 1 month was 2081. That is why this is plan value 2081. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, actually, how much money your team has spent at the end of 1 month, 30 days? 3,000. This is, we have tracked. Okay. So, actually, they have used this green line 3,000 at the end of
30 days.
1 month, 30 days.
Mhm.
So, this is actual cost. Now, if you see the question, the case which we are studying, the case is that in 1 month they have done 60% of the work. So
Okay.
earned value was how much? 2497. So actually they have achieved the work whose value is 2497. So earned value is 2497 here.
97.
So you have got cost, earned value, actual cost. So now now your team has already spent 3,000. Can you complete now in rest of the 50% of project in 4162? How much money is left? 1162. Okay. Your
Mhm.
money left 3,000 has already been over. And money left is how much? 1162. Your project cannot be completed in 1162. When they have in 50% of the work they have done in 3,000, expected is that another 50 they will do again in 3,000. That means you need 6,000.
Mm. We are off
Okay.
out of the budget. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I say you that how much more money you need to complete your project, what will you do? I will extend this actual cost. They have used 3,000. Now you will extend it.
Mhm.
Let's say you extend it, your space is the current, so you will extend and you will get it at 6,000. So your EAC is 6,000. Clear?
Mhm.
That
Yes.
means actual money which they have spent, you are just extending that line. This
Okay.
line is known as, this method is known as forecasting. Like
Okay.
weather forecast we do, right? That if
Mhm.
today temperature is 28, tomorrow is 28, so it is high probable chance that next day it will also be 28 or around between 25 to 30. Right?
Okay.
So you are forecasting. Now when you forecasted, you got your new budget as 6,000. So this line which you extended from here to here,
Mhm.
this is known as estimate to, this is known as estimate to complete. Estimate to complete. The rest I will tell you tomorrow how to calculate new budget, the 4 approaches. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Try to revise and come. I am saving this file. Tomorrow we will take it from here only.
Okay.
I hope you are able to get the structure at least.
I'm trying. I'm trying to get it. I need to re-listen to this one. I need to
Yeah,
re-listen to this one again.
yeah. Because the cost management is a bit complex topic. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so you need to like revise it again and you have to do it with a pen and paper, and then only you will be like able to.
Okay.
Okay. So tomorrow let's meet for cost management further discussion. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Kila. Bye.
All right. Good evening. Bye.